Hey everyone, hope you're all good. I haven't updated you for a while and I think my current situation kind of needs that. So yeah, I'm going to talk you through the last few months, what happened with the injury itself and kind of what the next steps are. So yeah, hope you enjoy the video and you can see what exactly happened to my poor little arm. So after an up and down cyclocross season with injuries and not being able to race, I came home to recover. It took quite a while to get over my knee injury that I picked up in Overijse, but I was able to get back full training and in my preparation for the mountain bike season. We did some really solid work and I travelled to the first race of the season in Heming, Austria, ready to give it my all. The race went well, didn't make any big mistakes, and yeah, just got a good solid result in the U23 race. There were things that I needed to work on definitely, which was that whole point of that first race. But overall, yeah, I was just super happy to be racing again and back in the mountain bike community, which is such a good feeling. Also being with the mountain bike team of Trinity Racing and their kind of new setup was super good. Yeah, just everything was going really well. But in training a few days after, things would change quite dramatically. So on the Wednesday after the race, I was doing tyre and tyre pressure testing on the actual circuit that we did race on. I had a little lap that had a technical descent and we were just experimenting with lower tyre pressures and different tyre treads because I'd never actually ridden specialised tyres before, so I was just getting myself used to them and on the new Roval wheels. And I was getting faster and faster, my times were getting better, but through one of the more kind of high-speed technical sections, I clipped my left handlebar on a tree and instantly kind of hit the deck. I don't really know exactly what happened, it all happened very quickly, but I think what happened was I rotated quite quickly toward my back, and as I came down with this arm, the back of my elbow and my arm hit something sharp, which was probably a rock, and it just broke it instantly. So I knew pretty quick that something was bad. I could look down and kind of feel that it wasn't very connected. I thought actually that I'd dislocated my elbow because I couldn't really move my hand or my arm. But yeah, it was pretty painful obviously, and Ian and Will managed to get me to the car and then we went to the nearest hospital. They got me in for scans and x-rays, and yeah, it was pretty obvious what I'd done. I'd totally fractured my humerus and there were quite a few kind of bone fragments, but I had also damaged my elbow, so I needed to go into surgery pretty quickly to get that all pinned back into place. Because of how it happened, the humerus was actually dropped and lower. I'll put up the x-ray, and it was quite close to a lot of important nerves and tendons, so they wanted to move that away quite quickly. So yeah, went in surgery, full knockout, and they fixed up my elbow. So they added 2 plates and a load of screws to connect my arm back to my elbow and to kind of join up all the bits of bone. And then they also used this kind of metal wire to fix my actual elbow joint itself. So there's a lot going on in this poor little elbow at the moment, and obviously I then stitched it back up and all of that. So I had surgery on the day of the accident, and then I spent 3 nights and 3 or 4 days in the hospital before I was able to come home. So I managed to get back home. The flights were fine. I had assistance and everything, which was really useful because yeah, it was pretty uncomfortable, but I got home, which is the main thing. And now I'm just working out how to rehab from this. So talking to medical professionals and my team and stuff about where we can go from here. So I know it's going to be a long one. The kind of nature of the injury, obviously I've broken the arm but also damaged the joint itself, so I need to allow time for the bone to re-heal, but then the longer I don't use my elbow properly, the more time it will take then to get all that strength back. And I think that is going to be the thing that drags on the longest, is that strength and mobility. There's a chance that I won't get full range of movement back in my elbow, which isn't too bad for cycling, but I'd rather I got all the range back. But the things that are going to stop me from being able to ride and race again is that strength and stability of it. So it's going to take a while to get all that back, and for the tendons and the joint to learn how to work with the metal that's been put in and to get strong again. So as I say, I don't know too many of the time frames at the moment. I'm speaking to more people day by day, but yeah, I don't think I've fully kind of come around to how long this is probably going to take. When you're in the hospital, you're just kind of there, you're doing what needs to be done, you don't really have a choice. Yeah, I didn't really feel too down about it, to be honest. I had doctors and nurses talking to me about it, so I was there for a reason. But I think, yeah, once I'm back home and I realise all the things I can't do and for how long, then that's going to be a bit more demoralising. There's definitely going to be days and weeks that not much progress happens. With this kind of complicated elbow, there's going to be a balance of keeping it mobile, but then also letting things do their thing and recover. So yeah, it's never going to be black and white when I can get back on the bike and when I can start going off-road, and then when I can start racing. It's all going to be kind of levels to that recovery. So we're going to put things in place to kind of help look after me mentally and physically over the next few months, whether that's things away from the bike and trying to work out things I can do with my arm, how it is, because yeah, I'm not going to be kind of putting any weight or lifting it for the first 6 weeks, which is kind of a long time with your arm like this, but it's needed to let that bone heal. But I'm super hungry to get back, obviously, but that motivation is only so useful when you have to be patient and let the bone recover. So for now, I'll be probably doing more videos like this. Video editing is kind of something I can do with one hand, so I will be working through the backlog of videos that I've been promising, and then also other stuff like chilling out and watching Netflix, and then when I am able to be a little bit less sensitive with the arm, yeah, do more things outside, because that I think is going to be the thing I really will miss, is the kind of exploring and feeling the wind on your face and stuff. So I will need to work out alternatives for that. I want to say a big thank you to the doctors and nurses at Zams Hospital, also to my team Trinity Racing for their support and confidence in me through this. My mum and dad, who have to deal with a bit of a broken and less lively me. My friends, obviously, anyone who's messaged and called me. Yeah, it makes me feel, yeah, I've got a lot of support behind me, which is going to be good when things are a little bit harder. And yeah, everyone who follows me and who's messaged me, it's really appreciated. So I'm sure there's going to be plenty of pretty frustrating and challenging moments over the next few months as I get back from this, but I'm motivated, and yeah, I really want to come back a better version of myself and kind of keep that fire there. I think sometimes with these things it feels like every time you're just leveling up, there's always something that will try and knock you down. I think it's almost a way of kind of making sure that you're good enough to meet that level. So I'm determined to do that and to overcome this, and then make that next step in my cycling, because I get little bits of taste here and there of it, and I know that I'm in this for the long run. So yeah, we'll get through this. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed the update, and yeah, see you later.